big moment for the Welsh international. Let's buckle up. Let's go and find the 2023 Premier 15s champion. It's Gloucester-Hartpury against Exeter Chiefs. Ball comes out through Robinson. They decide to go through the middle of the park. Flo Robinson, still only 21 years old. And here comes Captain America, Zachary. McGovern pushes out towards the far side of the pitch, and they're very keen to get the ball into the hands there of McDonald. Leach. Robinson, McGovern. Huge hit coming in there by Sarah Beckett. Here come Gloucester on the counter.
Ball was out, so we got no advantage.
Well, there we go. First opportunity. Exeter knock on the ball. Gloucester get a scrum.
Okay, knock on.
What a start from Exeter. Really put out their statement of intent early doors. You know, we thought they might have kicked and played a possession, but as we see here, Rachel Johnson linking up really nicely with Kate Zachary. Quite like that Captain America phrase. But Gloucester's defence, as we talked about, when Sarah Beckett gets a shot on, and she gets a great shot on there on Nicola Friday, knocks the ball, dislodges it, great attacking position for Gloucester.
Well, that knock that Nicola Friday took by Sarah Beckett, you can see there on your screen, and Friday's just had a little bit of treatment. She's going to be okay to continue for now, but Sarah Beckett, we're going to mention her name an awful lot in this match. Famously missed out on that England World Cup squad last year and has just absolutely soared off the back of it.
She really has, and you know what it is, Sarah Beckett's gone away. She's worked extremely hard on her fitness, on her mental skills as well to get over that. And for me, it is great to see players when they work hard get the rewards, and she's certainly getting the rewards of the performance she's putting out for Gloucester at the moment.
Balance. This side, balance, please.
There we go. A lot of discussion there about balance in the scrum. Playing on an artificial turf here today at Kingsholm, so that will be making things even hotter as you get closer down to the ground.
Yeah, I spoke to Alex Matthews just before this, and she said scrums are the worst because the heat really radiates from the ground.
The crowd here going absolutely bananas. Beckett does get it out. Hunt is there. Manages to get it away. Singh with the pass out to Rugman. Gloucester into the 22 for the first time. Beckett back inside. Really nice ball to Lewis. Hunt finds George. Aldcroft. Kelsey Jones was in there, and Hunt quick to scurry across. Really nice take by Tatiana Hurd. Hunt. They need to make this attack count. George, really well held by Gloucester as it comes away. Have they got numbers on this side? Singer's cut back inside. Was there a gap there? Was there enough to go? Jones. Welsh hooker pushed back. Ball back and away again. And that's been dislodged, but the referee does not like it, and this is a big opportunity and a big decision early on here for Gloucester.
Okay, knee on the ground, please. Captain. Okay, simple touch.
Yeah, it's an interesting decision. I think everybody thought they were going to go for the post, and they're not. Mo Hunt is pointed straight to the line, and Katie Jones steps up. Would have probably wanted that closer to the 5, but again, statement of intent from Gloucester. They're going for 7 points here.
Well, this was the moment where they won the penalty.
It's just great attack and play. It's a good decision by Emma Singh to step back off that right foot. But here, I think tackle's complete, and it's saying the ball is ripped, which it is. Knees on the floor, tackle complete. So good decision by the referee.
Ball in by Jones, gathered in the end, in the air, and here comes the big heave. The whole of the shed is baying for Gloucester to go over. It's closing, there's a couple of inches still to go. The ball is somewhere there at the back. You can only assume that Kelsey Jones has it. Is that over? Grounded, and Gloucester-Hartpury are over for the first try in the final.
The noise is absolutely immense. I mean, we are right up here in the top, and the ground is absolutely bouncing. Great patience by Gloucester. If I'm honest, I thought potentially should have taken the 3 points and just allow themselves to settle, but really good drills. The lineup hasn't been the best for Gloucester, but Kelsey Jones hits a woman in the air there, and it's a great formation from Gloucester, you know, very stable. Exeter do a really good job to try and disrupt, but it's the patience just allows that to happen. And as you can see from the crowd, they knew it from the other side of the stadium, but it's a very, very good start, isn't it, from Gloucester? One entry, one score.
And now all eyes focusing on the far side of the field for Emma Singh to take this one. Well, it's a hell of a wallop that Emma Singh has put on that one. Not quite got the direction on it. She was through from 3 in the semi-final, but that was a bit of a tricky one to turn in.
It was, but the thing for kickers, yes, maybe might not have gone through the post, but good strike, good connection will really build confidence for Emma Singh.
Well, Kelsey James going over for that try for Gloucester. She scored 5 tries in the last 5 games for the Cherry and Whites. Now 6 from 6, not bad numbers. Restart then from Exeter, quite deep. Mohunt there, making sure that ball was out of there.
Interesting kick-off, isn't it? Exeter have gone straight down the middle. Ideally, you go down the middle because you want to try and push your kickers away from the touchline. In that instance, straight to somebody like Mohunt, who we know has got a good kicking game. Opts for the spiral, probably doesn't get the connection she wants, but puts her team to defend back on halfway.
Canada's Emily Tutosi manages to get that one in, and Exeter get another bite of an attack. Zachary, what a pass out to McDonald, but a huge tackle coming in by Emma Singh. How important was that? Here comes the formidable woman that is Alex Matthews. 59 times capped Red Rose player, World Cup winner as well.
Okay, advantage over for the knock.
Hunt gets it back to George. And there's that big thumping boot she's got on her. And they were very happy that that landed in play. And Gloucester, they've managed to completely discombobulate Exeter. And here they come, still through George. Hunt manages to find support. Kelsey Jones is there. Singh. Heavily involved a lot at the moment, the Gloucester fullback. Happy to take on duties. Aldcroft. Matthews on the ball once again. I tend to talk a lot about Matthews when it comes to tackling, but she's very happy carrying the ball at the moment in attack. Doige. McGovern. And that is a nice bit of relief for the Exeter Chiefs.
Yeah, it's shaping up to be a really good game, isn't it? Both teams feeling each other out. We go back to that bit of attack and play from Exeter from that line out. 2 great passes. I think one from Liv McGovern and this one from Kate Zachary. Everything Claudia McDonald want to do, but let's talk about the defensive read from Emma Singh. The ability to come into space, make the read, make the tackle. Absolutely perfect defence from your fullback when they're taking last man on the edge of the line.
Emma Singh actually grew up on a Devon farm, so she will know everything about the Exeter Chiefs as the ball just gets knocked on there. And here come the Chiefs on the counter. McDonald couldn't play in the semi-final because of a hamstring injury. She's fit to play now, and she is returning to Emma Singh in kind, a tackle. Here comes Monaghan. Very strong Irish feeling to both second rows today. They all know each other very well, with the exception of Poppy Leach, who is the Chiefs captain. Leach is a red rose in her own right, and in the mix there on the floor.
It was a good steal, then Black and knocked it on.
And it's going to be another Gloucester scrum.
Just a little bit loose from both sides at the moment, isn't it? Some really nice interplay, but then we're just coughing up possession from either side there. And I think probably 10 minutes in, you're going to want to see a little bit of a settle. But when we talk about stats from Gloucester, nearly 70% of the possession early doors, Sean Lynn will probably be the happier of the coaches at the moment.
Well, both these sides have fantastic set pieces, but you can imagine that the forwards, there won't be too many scrums in this heat, and if they do have one, they will be taking their time. Hunt manages to get it out from the ankles of Beckett. Powerful run coming in by Tatiana Hurd.
Ball was out, no offside line.
It's slow ball here for Gloucester. Monaghan again. Only 29 years old. It's actually Monaghan's 30th birthday tomorrow. What could those celebrations be like? Back once again. Powerful run now by Delgado. George is waiting, knew that had to get out of there. They were running around in a bit of porridge, and McDonald can't take it, so Georgie's first to turn and go back and gather. Precious moments, precious meters stolen. Ball goes out. And it was taken back because McDonald touched it over into the 22. How costly a mistake will that be?
They're the ones that at this level you've got to know exactly what's happening. Like you say, it's a great kick by Claky George. Claudia McDonald looked like she was coming into the line, misjudges it, but obviously because it's touched, now it means that ball has to bounce before it goes out. So that is a great attacking position from Gloucester.
So you have got a bit of space, you want it? That's it, lovely.
There is Claky George. 13 Wales caps now to her name. Fascinating watching her going up against Eleanor Snowsill in that semi-final against Bristol. Who is going to be the Wales fly half next season? That's a debate for another day. At the moment, it's who's going to be the Premier 50s champion. Aldcroft, there she is, right in the middle, willing them to come with her.
Use it, please.
The warning goes, back it goes. Oh, nice to Hunt, can she ground it? She's got it. Our referee Dan Jones will check.
You can't tell from up here. Really, really sensible, brave play from Mo Hunt. You know, they were in that 5-metre channel. Ellie Rugman moves late, so they isolate Claudia McDonald on that edge. Whether that ball is forward, we're just having a look now.
Have to say the work there of Gabby Contorna, the American centre there. If that's not given, she's earned a pint for that.
She really has, and it just shows she has.
And she did all of that blind coming over the top of Mo Hunt as well.
It just shows that it's never dead, and also just to keep in the fight there. I mean, a great, like we say, great spot by Gloucester. Mo will be very, very disappointed that that hasn't been converted, but excellent bit of defensive work there from Exeter.
Okay, time back on now. Let's go, please.
There is Gabby Contorna. We've got a couple of American centres there for Exeter Chiefs. She's alongside Kate Zachary. Zachary played predominantly number 8 last season, but has found now in the centres. I don't think that kick was quite what Exeter wanted.
No, and you know, if you're Exeter now, you've really got to start to focus. We look at this opportunity. Claude McDonald does a really good job as well of trying to isolate that, but like we say, held up. But for Exeter, they've got to exit better. They've got to get their skills up, and their kicking game's really got to start to be sorted out.
I think the facial expression there of Natasha Hunt said it all.
Yeah. Just back 10, please, Mo.
Oh, there's a big hand in there by Nicola Friday. She's already had 10 steals this season. That's number 11.
No, it's not, no. Use it now.
Exeter have not had an attack yet down inside of the Gloucester-Hartpury 22. They will not be happy with their field position at all. Once again, it's Emma Singh again, who is all over the backfield. Hunt looks up, George is there, very flat to the line. Really quick phases being put together by Gloucester-Hartpury, and that is a very nice kick by Flaky George.
What a kick that was. As a fly half, I'm standing up here clapping her, because that's what Exeter are trying to do. She is just pulling the strings, she's just pushing them back. And because Exeter are kicking loosely, they're not finding turf or they're not kicking ball out, they're allowing Gloucester just to keep pinning them back, which makes it really, really difficult for a side like Exeter that want to play territory-based game, that want to go to their set piece, if you're spent the majority of the first half camped at 5 metres out of your line.
Her nickname is 5022, and now you know why. Well, Gloucester have been here before. They scored a try on the other side.
That's one.
And then on this second time, it didn't quite connect. Is it going to be third time lucky?
Use it. Two. No, don't. You're not bound. Away. Use it.
Hunt wants the ball. She eventually finds Hurd. George on a nice little loop there. Going through the guts in the end is Rugman. It's stolen. Oh, it's a loose ball on the floor. McGovern is back there. She'll touchdown.
Come forward. Come.
It is so tense out there, and you have to say, at the moment, the Chiefs are not playing the attacking game that we've been used to this season.
No, they're not, but Gloucester-Hartpury aren't letting them, and that's mainly due to the kicking game. That's keeping them in their 22. You've got to think rugby is about pressure, and at the moment, the pressure is on Exeter to try and get out, to try and get some territory. Gloucester are just playing their percentages, they're kicking their corners, they're going to their line out, things that they know they're good at. So all they're doing is they're forcing Exeter to play. But in that example that we just saw, Ellie Rugman probably just needs to keep a hold of that. Allow Gloucester to keep building their phases, keep stressing Exeter's defence.
Oh, they've managed to steal that one. Oh! Everyone thought that was going to be one against the head. Well, you can tell that the Gloucester crowd don't like that one. Extra be delighted.
Same scrum, please.
Give me your best scrum chat, Katie.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of dark arts going in there. Like usually, your hooker would be hooking that. In this instance, both sixers have got their feet in, and that's probably about as much as I've got to offer.
Going down. Apparently she spent last weekend having a little bit of time at the beach with her camper van as the free kick goes the way of Exeter. And interesting that Exeter have decided to run that one. Here comes Rogers. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine having Hope Rogers running at you? It must be like having a shed coming towards you, and you've got to bring it down.
Okay, wingers on.
Emerson timing just a bit off there.
I've had Hope Rogers run over me, if that counts.
Did that hurt?
Yeah, it wasn't pleasant. It wasn't pleasant. But it's really, really interesting from Exeter, isn't it? You haven't had a lot of possession, but you're deep in your 22. We see here what a great dominant carry. Kelsey Jones needs to get lower in that instance. You can't go chest to chest with Hope Rogers. Kick wasn't great, but Emma Singh has parked a little bit deeper there. So again, Exeter are lucky because she catches that on the full. They're still putting themselves in trouble.
In line.
There's been a lot of scrums so far in this first half as the ball comes away down the Exeter line. Been a while since we've seen an attack, and Kate Zachary there had to go slightly on the back foot to take that one. It's out on the far side in the hands of Sinclair, the Scottish wing. And the misconnection, a hand went in there.
There's no clear line break.
A little bit of a warning there to Mia Venner. Only a penalty on that occasion. We have some more given.
Yeah, we have. I think in that it was just she was going to tackle, wasn't she? Hand gets in the way of the pass.
And look at this. Finally, the Exeter Chiefs do get a little bit of field position as they finally turn their eyes to the other end of the field. There is Mia Venner. She actually got an England cap at the age of 17. Still very young. Were you around for that?
I played in that game.
There you go.
Don't know if you're saying that I'm really old.
Titosi gets the ball in, taken by captain Poppy Leach. Leach is calling on her side to come with her, make those extra meters. Hasn't been an Exeter date so far, but only 19 minutes into this final, and it's a 5-point game.
They're still creeping forward, so I'm happy. Still creeping forward.
Well, that maul has gone a good 10 metres so far, and finally the Exeter Chiefs are about to get into the Gloucester-Hartpury 22.
Still creeping.
Well, Gloucester are going to have to do something about this.
Play on.
It was a little bit loose there. Somehow Exeter have managed to hold on to that. Friday. Cantona over the top. Discipline will be key here. They've got numbers outside. Zachary can't see it. She's going herself. They had about 2 women on the outside. Gloucester have had time to rearrange. McGovern. Exeter, 5 metres to travel. Titosi. Back they go. Big run coming in by Cantona. Friday. Not trying to do too much, just making sure she's got good support. Still Exeter ball, 8 phases. Penalty to Gloucester-Hartpury at the most important of moments. The first time they've really been under the pump, and Exeter hold on to the ball.
Kelsey Jones needs to take a bow there. That girl's work rate in and around the breakdown was absolutely phenomenal. She made 2 dominant tackles. I think we see she gets the turnover in the end, but prior to that, if you go back, she stops, I think, Hope Rogers in her tracks and makes another one. Work rate in these moments are going to be absolutely crucial.
If they got anything else to overrule me, but I was happy with practice on that.
Well, there you go, Kelsey Jones celebrating there. And I think we're going to have a little bit of a break here. Understandably, both sides are going to take on a little bit of water. So let's check in with Emily Scarrett. What have you made of this final so far?
Oh, what a start to this game. The first 20 minutes has been, I think, hopefully everything that we all expected. The atmosphere in the ground is unbelievable. We're sat down the end. You can just see the cherry and white and all the colours. It's been brilliant. But I think, you know, Gloucester obviously up on the scoreboard, had loads of territory, over 70% in terms of possession in that first period of play, the first 15 minutes or so. Clecky George has kicked superbly well, and it's something that Katie's touched on and Exeter will want to look at in terms of how they can get themselves down the right side of the pitch. But we also saw that in the semi-final against Saracen, so I think if you're an Exeter fan, there's no need to be too concerned just yet, but blimey, this game is set up nicely for us.
Okay,
Thank you, Emily Scarrett, down pitch side watching on, and both sides are taking a bit of water. Now look at this lot. That is the Gloucester men's team, all watching on today. There are a few of them missing. It is Lewis Ludlow's wedding today. He was given a pass. I think that's fair enough. But all the ones you just saw on your screen, they weren't invited to the wedding.
Yeah, maybe that's a different conversation.
Either that or they were invited and they wanted to come here, which is also highly possible. Right then. So we saw Exeter have a strong attack back down the other end. Sean Lynn there just taking on a little bit of refreshment himself, and so he should. He's watching the game from the end of the field. He's not watching it side on like we are.
That is once.
Here comes the Hunt box kick down the field. It's got such distance on it. Well read in the end by Deutsch. Over the halfway line. You can see Kelsey Jones. She fancies another one there. Kate Zachary. Huge pass out wide. McDonald can't take it. She is frustrated. She throws that ball away. And those are the moments in this final that you just have to take your chances.
You really do, don't you? Like you say, Exeter haven't had a lot of possession, they haven't had a lot of opportunities to score. It is a great pass. I think Ellie Rugman has just got her hand in the way, and as Claudia McDonald thought she was going to catch it, she's not sure whether Ellie Rugman's reached that and taken that out of the air. Great pass from Kate Zachary, you know, sevens captain for America, and you can really see her skill set that's on show. Good carry game, strong defensively, and then can throw 15-20 metre passes off both hands.
Well, it was Zachary who really set alight the semi-final against Saracens 2 weeks ago. At half-time they were 14-0 down, and Zachary came out and she scored a try within a minute at Sandy Park to put the Chiefs back in it. George goes back to Hunt, not quite the cleanest of connections, but they still have it, lost a little bit of ground. They're pushing out towards that far side, knocked on ball in the end by Venner. And you just feel the heat at the moment is going to be such a factor.
It is, and with the heat, it also makes ball a bit slippy, your hands are a bit slippy. The likelihood is a lot of the girls have got sun cream on because it is absolutely boiling. So all those things, as well as the nerves, the crowd and the occasion, just start to look into things are just slightly off timing-wise. We see there, Clayton George just checks Mo Hunt on the back of her shoulder, a ball that's dipping to Mia Venner there. Normally these girls would take them, but under this pressure, in these conditions, it is difficult out there.
Well, whilst we're focusing on the rugby today, don't forget it's Major League Baseball in London. Cubs versus Cardinals, that starts today at 5 o'clock on 1. Then it's MotoGP Grand Prix of the season, that's tomorrow on 2 from 9:15. And don't forget, of course, coming up next week there is going to be a little bit of Tour de France. I bet everyone's excited about that one. Right then, we're back underway though here with the Exeter Chiefs back on the ball. They're getting a few more opportunities, having really been cancelled out in the early stages of this final. Nice touch through by McGovern. Singh, she was looking for a space. Comes back in the end. Venner needs a bit of support there from Matthews. Knew that they were just starting to kiss the edges of the field and come back towards the middle.
Inside.
George just been given the time there to get that clearance away, and that is a huge thump she has put on the ball. And at the moment, Lakey George is certainly winning the battle of the fly halves.
Yeah, she really is really dominant kick and start in this open 25 minutes. What I really like about there is the position she's tucked herself into. She's given herself a lot of protection behind the breakdown, so Natasha Hunt throws that ball nice and straight, which makes it really hard for those that want to come and block and close her down to get the right angle on her. And what a great kick, 50 metres.
Totosi. Big contest going on in the air there. Now Exeter have made a lot of metres from Maul so far, and it looks like they're going to try and do this again, getting a little bit too close to that far side touch. Flo Robinson-New. Nice work here by the Chiefs. Here comes Zachary, but she's isolated. She needs some support. Quickly passes out McGovern there.
No.
You could just see McDonald was hanging out there on the wing, but the Gloucester-Hartpury players were so alive to it. Leach. Back inside, Menin. Robinson finds Doige. Big run by Rachel Johnson.
No, Josh, no, your elbow's on the ground, you can't play it.
Warning there was against Bethan Lewis. Rachel Johnson again, the American number 8, Nicola Friday, offering herself as ballast once again. McGovern. You can just see them coming in those little flooding pockets, the Chiefs, and Gloucester almost don't know who to tackle. Menin again. Stringing together the phases again here, Exeter. They're back inside of that Gloucester 22. They are the best team in the league for coming away from points from these positions. captain. It was a tough season for Ireland, but could this be better as they go out wide? Was that a knock-on out in the corner? Referee Dan Jones plays on.
There they come.
14 phases, exhausting stuff from the Chiefs. Wonderful defensive set.
Timo check, tackle by 8. We've got
and they're going to come back and check a high tackle.
Set level of sanction.
Well, Dan Jones, our referee, he's just making his way, I'd say slowly, over to go and look at the big screen, which is understandable. And I think both sets of players will appreciate that as well.
Definitely, anything where you can just suck the air in. If you look at the Gloucester girls, they're straight into the shade.
Well, this was the moment that they're checking.
Sarah Beckett, isn't it, here? Comes out the line to really make a dominant shot on Hope Rogers. She could be in trouble here, looking at that.
We have to remember that things slowed down always look worse, and they'll be checking just where that contact was initially made before they make their decision.
The players are both coming down, and there's also other tacklers involved. So at the moment, I'm going for a high level of danger mitigated down to a yellow card on the basis that there's a lot going on in dynamics, and a lot of the force also goes through the chest.
So the second player, it comes in significantly afterwards, so it's a one-on-one hit to start off with, mate.
Okay, one-on-one then, so I want to see it again, and I want to see if the majority of the force either goes to the chest or to the head, will determine whether it's a red card or a yellow card.
Yeah, no worries, we'll get that first angle for you again.
Yeah. I don't think the drop is significant.
Well, the initial decision by referee Dan Jones was yellow, but they are looking now to see where the point of contact is.
Okay, so both players are bent at the hips as well, so it's fairly low. So I'm going to go yellow card on that, because the majority of the force is through the chest, and both players are coming down, which will bring it down from that red card. Anything to add, Jacko?
Okay, yeah.
Right. Okay, yellow card.
Well, it's going to be a yellow card then for Sarah Beckett of Gloucester-Hartpury. They'll have to play the next 10 minutes of this final with 14 women on the field. That was a decision that easily could have gone either way, Katie Daly-McLean.
100%, and I think many of you at home will have seen that go to a red as well. If I'm honest, on the initial instant, I thought it was a red, but referee is he's gone through his decision making, he's gone through his process, he's used his team, and Sarah Beckett, like you say, gets a yellow card. Hope Rogers is fine, game plays on, which is what we want to see, isn't it? It was done quickly and it was dealt with.
I have to say it was cards in their semi-final against Saracens that really gave them that impetus to move the Chiefs. So what can they do in this 10-minute window? Totosi manages to find Johnson. Is this their moment to hit back in the final? All the players are piling in. Gloucester trying to stop this, but it's still going from the Chiefs. They're nearly there, it's over. They have the extra woman on the pitch. They have levelled the final with a conversion to come, and the woman going over, Rachel Johnson.
Yeah, there's definitely been a bit of a momentum shift, hasn't there, in this first half. We've played, 28 minutes, and we've seen Exeter, who really weren't at the races to start off with. It was all Gloucester, start to build back in. There was a nice couple of moments, but they've gone to what they do very well. They've gone to a line out that's been operating at 89%. Like you say, players have piled in. As much of Gloucester have tried to hold that back, just a nice little sensible shift from their number 3, Dalika Menon there, and it just changes that point of attack, doesn't it? You've got to say, from Exeter's point of view, it's exactly what they needed to bring themselves into this game, and just to probably settle those nerves and build a bit of confidence.
Well, big moment here for Liv McGovern. 100% with the boot in her semi-final. She's one of the best kickers in the league, and she has taken the most kicks as well. Born in Christchurch in New Zealand, and that one comes in off the post, and the Chiefs are in the lead for the first time in the final.
Yeah, if you didn't have the scoreboard, you would think this was Gloucester were much further ahead, but this is the beauty of a final. We knew it was going to be a really good game. 2 points after 30 minutes, when Exeter have had potentially half of the possession, and that's only just come in this last 5-6 minutes, so we certainly have a game on our hands.
Well, it was Tutosi who went over for that try, and they are in the lead. Can Gloucester hit back? They've got to play some really sensible rugby with Beckett off the field with that yellow. Now that was touched by Friday. McDonald knows it. And it's been knocked on. What a gift, wrapped up with a bow on top. And they probably curled the ribbon a little bit as well, the Exeter Chiefs for Gloucester.
I'm sure Susie Appleby is going absolutely crazy in the stands. It's one of those moments where once you've scored points, you want to exit clearly.
Gloucester, come on,
I mean, I don't think Claudia McDonald had much to do this. Something was going. They were going to give possession in that instant, wasn't it? Whether it was a scrum or ball was going to go dead. But yeah, it's not great from Exeter. It's not how you want to exit.
There's a lot Claudia McDonald could do in that position. And Gloucester will want to spend as long as physically possible where they are right now. Maybe a few reset scrums might be nice. See that little bit of extra weight being added by Tatiana Hurd, who's come out of the back. Here comes Alex Matthews. She's still going. Hunt looks up. They're going to keep this one tight. Don't expect any big passes to be given as Lewis now goes forward. Somehow Gloucester nearly managed to get an overlap there on the outside. George, big pass out wide there. Venner. Hunt manages to find Matthews, who goes once again. There's Exeter players lying on the wrong side, desperately trying to get out of the way. Referee happy for now. Here comes Muir. Hurd. What a set here by Gloucester-Hartpury, a woman down. They've already had to concede a try.
Advantage.
And they've got penalty advantage as well.
Penalty advantage.
Huge hits being put in. Big runs as well as they push out. It's still going over the line from Gloucester-Hartpury. They've managed to hit back. It's Rachel Lund. She's over in the corner. A woman down, and they're back on top.
I mean, it is the perfect result you would want from Gloucester. You lose somebody to the bin. What do you want? An error deep in the 22. Rachel Lunn, really experienced club player, has been around for a long time, and it's just good decision making. It's ball in two hands. It's the way she sends Claudia McDonald out to Ellie Rugman, and she's got the gas to go to the space. But it was made by these girls. It was made by the Maud Muirs, the Zoe Allcrofts, Kelsey Joneses, the carries, the meters they put in building up to this. As we watch it again, it's just really good centre play, but their forwards put in a shift. And Sarah Beckett, I'm sure, who's sitting on the naughty seat now, will be very, very pleased when that try was scored.
Well, there were the celebrations between Lund and Rugman. Lund herself scored a try in the semi-final, backing it up in the final two. That is a hell of a wallop on that ball from Emma Singh. It's just still not quite got the control yet.
No, a really good connection again. Just started to drift on that outside post, didn't it? But as we watch us try again, Rachel Lund is everything you want from your outside centre. Ball in two hand, fix and give. But Mo Hunt, speed of ball again. It is definitely causing Exeter's defence a couple of problems.
Restart by the Chiefs. Big pressure raining down on Allcroft by Zachary. Just slows down any opportunity that Gloucester had there to try and build something quickly. Back to George. Here comes that right boot. McGovern eventually gathers. She found a little bit of daylight there. She saw the space and she said, I'll tell you what, I'll take that.
Some great kicking displays out there to us at the moment, isn't it? Clagy George with the big long kick. Liv McGovern with just a bit more subtle. And again, Gloucester are back in their half, they're just outside their 10, but yeah, really enjoying this from the fly halves. Emily Scarrett talked about at the top of the show about the fly half battle, and Liv McGovern is growing into that game.
Well, let's get the view from the Gloucester camp. Sarah, who have you got with you? Well, I don't think we can go to Sarah right now.
Down by Gloucester.
It's a Gloucester line out.
Sorry, once.
You can see Poppy Leach. She's made her way there. It's Nicola Friday who's being sent back round. They're happy with Leach's binding. And if you take that in, you've got to move it or get it out.
I think it was Deliga Menon in that instant, wasn't it? She's managed to slide round the side, lock that ball up, and like you say, easy turnover for Exeter.
Well, Poppy Leach there just giving a few words to her side. Poppy Leach, she really is a heartbeat of this Exeter Chiefs squad. She's also the head coach of the Exeter University women's side. As we do now check in with Sarah, who is with the Gloucester camp.
Yeah, I'm here with Dan Murphy. We're going to try again. Nobody could hear us the first time, Dan. We were just saying it was a really good start by you guys, but the last 10 minutes has been a little bit like you're on a roller coaster, and I've been standing up here for a bit, experiencing it all. What's going through your head at the moment?
In any big game, there's ebbs and flows, and people are trying to take control of the game. And like you say, we started very well, and then Exeter, of course, they're trying to win this game as well. They've come back, and now we've come back into the game, and it's about who takes control for longer periods, and that's what we're trying to do now.
So we've got a few minutes left on Beckett's yellow, so what's the plan now to see out this first half?
Do what we're doing at the moment. Take control of the line out, get some driving mauls in there, keep hold of the ball, that's the main thing. Defending with a man down is harder than attacking with one, so we can try and keep hold of the ball for this period and get ourselves to half time and get Sarah back on the field.
Do you know what, standing up here, you've obviously got a great view of the actual game, but how great is it to see like almost 10,000 people here at Queen's Home? I was going to say King's Home then today.
It's unbelievable. It's great to see the crowds here. My sons and my father-in-law in the crowds as well, enjoying it, loving life. It's an amazing place. This, like, whenever I used to love playing here, and sorry about that, getting a bit excited. And it's great that these girls can experience the same thing as well. As class.
I'll leave you to it, Dan. Thanks for your time.
Cheers.
Well, there's a big moment there. Just listening to the officials.
Poppy, your flankers pull back the player, creating a gap. There's a penalty against you here.
Well, the decision has been reversed. It was Exeter holding back the player, and that was another big moment when, remember, it is Gloucester who are down to 14.
Yeah, great decision and communication from the touch judge to the referee, because he's on the other side. Up here you can see, I think it's Alex Matthews in that instance, almost swinging an arm like she's being pinned in, and it's great to see when your official teams are working together, because sometimes they're the ones that get missed.
Well, this was the moment, so they just managed to break away. Rachel Johnson thinking that she was off and away. You can just see right at the back there, you can still see that slapping going on at the back.
Yeah, you can see here, she's just got right across the top of Alex Matthews' shirt at 6, and it just opens that space for Rachel Johnson, isn't it? And it as a 6, I'm sure Alex Matthews would not have enjoyed that.
Kelsey Jones was obviously at the last Rugby World Cup with Wales. 25 years old now, long career still ahead of her. George looks up, Venna hungry for work off the wing. Singh realising that she had to do a bit of the forward dirty work in there. Aldcroft. Hunt sees the Spanish prop in Delgado, but so did the Chiefs. Right, the bin is gone. They'll be desperate to get the player back onto the field in the form of Sarah Beckett. Hurd, George. Another nice little touch through by George. That's over the head of McGovern, who does so well there to keep that in play. I mean, that was so close to the line. Not a huge amount that Liv McGovern could do there.
It's a perfect attacking kick, isn't it? It puts pressure on it, it pins her in the corner here. Ball in 2 hands again, drops it, finds a space between 2 defenders. Liv McGovern is pretty much on the touchline with a lot of pressure of chasing defenders, and it's the best she can do in that situation.
Well, the good news if you are a fan of Gloucester-Hartpury is that the bin is up and Sarah Beckett is back on the field. 15 women against 15 women. Exeter have scored a try in that period, but so have Gloucester. It's another penalty advantage coming Gloucester's way. Discipline from Exeter. Nice touch through there by Hunt to McGovern. She knew it was worth it.
I think from Mohan's point of view there, yes, there's an opportunity, but go and use your attacking kicks. Cleggie George is having the game of her life. Mia Werner is in about 20 metres of space on that opposite touchline. For me, those are the moments that, let's just kick a ball away, go for a try-scoring opportunity.
Cleggie George happy to just drop that one down in the corner once again, and there is a very long discussion going on by the Gloucester-Hartpury forwards. I'd be fascinated to know what the discussion is, because they're going to try and drive it over, surely.
I think it's just about it, which point in the line out do they drive from, or whether they use their special move.
Comes in, Lewis is the woman to go. Oh, they spun round the back. Matthews. That was worth a discussion. Oh, that was a big hit. We heard that one up here as Maud Muir went into contact. They're kicking the Exeter players. Get out of there, they're saying. There's numbers out there. If Gloucester can swing round, big push over the line. It's Gloucester who go over, and it's none other than Sarah Beckett, fresh back on the field and saying she is here to do a job today.
Yeah, it's everything you want, isn't it, as of a player. If you've just been getting the yellow card, you want, feel bad, sitting on the sideline watching your team slog it out, and then you come on, you add instant impact. Great line out, just changing the focus. We see Alex Matthews come around the front here. Again, Exeter recover, but then it's this power game, isn't it, of Gloucester. Sarah Beckett involved. Again, little tip, but as this rolls on, we see the carries, we see the speed of ball from Mo Hunt, and then it's so difficult to stop somebody with Sarah Beckett's power that close out. Great body height, chest down, doesn't allow defenders to get underneath her. Great try.
Sarah Beckett happy to make amends after her misdemeanour. For a very confident scoreline for Gloucester-Hartpury. She will be wanting more of the same. It's the Chiefs who are going to get us back underway through Liv McGovern, their New Zealand fly half. There's the Welsh fly half in the form of Flaky George. Sends that one out of field on the far side. And there is Hope Rogers. We were a little bit worried about Hope Rogers as at the end of the first half she was receiving a little bit of treatment. She seems to be okay, moving well, and she makes a huge impact, doesn't she, to how the Chiefs play?
Massively. The carry meters that woman puts in for this team is phenomenal, and I'm sure from a coaching perspective, Susie will be pleased to see Hope come through that pretty unscathed.
Big steal there by Gloucester, and what a time to do it. Penalty as well. Hunt is off. Oh, alive to it though were the Chiefs.
Ball is clearly out.
Well, it was out. Referee says that is fair game. What is going on here? The ball just keeps on changing hands. Over into the 22 from almost nowhere.
Backwards.
Lakey George. Referee happy that was all backwards. Venner is out there. Still Venner in support.
Penalty advantage.
Hurd goes over. Hunt. Look how close Gloucester-Hartpury are.
Agree.
What a start to this second half. Monaghan.
Still advantage.
Spun out ball. Maud Muir. Becky George, cross-field kick. They're being chased. It's an aerial battle.
Going back.
And they will come back.
Okay, just going to go back for a penalty for high tackle. Jacko, just double check that in the background.
Well, they're just going to have a little bit of a look at high tackle.
Okay, we're going there, and then he's checking the background. Take time off a second.
Well, they're just going to switch off the clock while they make sure they get this right. And there's a little bit of shade actually comes across the pitch from a cloud, which I think will be really welcome from both sides.
Just checking something in the background while there's an injury, okay?
Well, they're not quite ready to show the pictures yet to Dan Jones. I think it was Emily Tutosi there keeping an eye on here. Well, that was when the ball went over into the corner of the field.
Play on, Dan, nothing clear, mate.
Yeah, lovely. Just on this 3 players, that little show. Oh, hang on, mate.
It's Claudia McDonald going up, batting it away.
Again, please.
Okay, mate, yeah.
Well, there's a little bit of a delay here as they actually decide. We thought it was a tackle that they were going to look at. They're actually watching Claudia McDonald batting the ball away.
Dead. So at the moment I'm on yellow.
We just listened to the referee.
Try against that player.
Yeah, happy with that, mate.
Lovely. Was that 11? 11? Just check it was 11.
Yeah, she's coming.
Yeah, 11?
Yeah, the one who's with you, mate.
Yeah, okay, lovely. So going in the corner, a player's in a probable position to score a try and you've slapped it out. So it's going to be, no, you've slapped out, you can't slap it out.
Well, there you go. Claudia McDonald sent to the bin. It wasn't a tackle they were looking at. They were looking at the slap. Claudia McDonald looks confused, but you have to say that is a very clean call by the refereeing team.
It really is, and ultimately it's where Claudia McDonald is in the pitch. If she is in the field of play, so she isn't over the dead ball line, over the try line, sorry, she can tap that back. But ultimately, because of where she is, she's made no attempt to catch that, and she's knocking that out, and that's why he's given that decision, because she's not knocking it back to anybody or to catch. She's putting that out of the field of play.
Yeah, Gloucester-Hartpury there in a scoring position. It's a penalty try as well. Big moment then. Look at that scoreline now for Gloucester-Hartpury. This is going to take some coming back here for the Exeter Chiefs.
Use it.
Use it!
Who would have thought 2 minutes into the second half
Touch all on.
it could be that good for Gloucester-Hartpury. Well, Hunt was being caught there. She managed to get that one away. Deutsch is back there, and it is going to take something special from the Chiefs here to play their way back into this final. Of course, they lost last year's final to Saracens. They said they looked back and they almost felt that they fell into the final last year. This year they really felt that they've earned this place. Ball comes out then through McGovern. Big hits coming in there by Beth Ann Lewis. Friday can't get that connection away to Johnson. Referee happy that that went backwards. Aldcroft has it. The Gloucester-Hartpury forwards haven't been making huge meters, but they don't need to when they've got the boot coming in from both Hunt and George. Nice little bit of work there by Sinclair. Scotswoman coming away. She is a wing today. She has played a bit of back row in her time. She's a really gnarly character. Menin, Canadian prop. Couple of World Cups under her belt. Will know what it's like to be in a tight spot. Robinson, ex-Pulborough RFC player, as McGovern just quickly spins that to Tozy. Cantona, Wisconsin born, also played a bit of rugby for the Glendale Marlins. Ball settling in Exeter. With a number of her fellow countrywomen. Here comes McGovern again. She saw space, she took it. Remember, the Chiefs are currently playing a woman down. They've got penalty advantage as well.
No, Mark's over here. Okay, too long. Slow it down.
Great phases by Exeter, wasn't it? We're starting to see them come into the game. The thing that is interesting for me is where they're playing their rugby. Ultimately now they are chasing the score. They need to score quickly to give themselves a chance of really catching this 24 points that Gloucester have put on them. And if you're going to play in the middle of the field, that makes it really, really difficult.
Well, with the scoreline like it is, that is within kickable range of the Chiefs, but you have to say they need points, they need tries.
Yeah, from every entry now, you look at this, it's a great kick from Mohan, but great feet from Edith and Sinclair there. And then we're seeing Dalika Menon go to work, Emily Titosi, girls that have carried really, really well. Liv McGovern seeing the half space. So Exeter have it all. They just need to convert those opportunities into points.
Titosi, Leach, was that one of the most important takes of a line-out in her career? And here comes more players, more power, more weight, more muscle. They're a player down, so the desire to spin this out will be low. They're just trying to straightening up the direction. Gloucester have done really well to slow that down. Warning against Sarah Beckett. There's the penalty advantage. Robinson goes quickly, manages to give it to Johnson. She's going to be in, she's sought. And there's Home Rogers!
Up over the line. You're up over the line. Go on.
Held up. What a moment. How many tries has Hope Rogers scored like that this season, but denied?
Yeah, good call down.
How important is that going to be in the context of this game? We said Exeter needed points. I thought it was interesting that Flo Robinson went quickly, given the situation, given how dominant their set piece have been. But what defence, again, that lady, Claky George, gets her body under the ball, does a really good job of making sure that ball can't see daylight, and it's a really easy held up decision for the referee.
Well, there you go, you can see the Exeter coaching box. Salvin there alongside Appleby. The final has not gone their way so far. Appleby watching on. And of course she is watching her former club as well. She launched the women's programme at Gloucester before taking the opportunity to do the job all over again at Exeter. A legend in her own right as a former Red Rose.
Yeah, and what she's done for the women's game is absolutely phenomenal. You know, like you say, a legend of a player, played in a very different era. But the players she will have nurtured and come through that have gone on to represent not only England, but lots of other countries. And what she's done for Gloucester and Exeter is absolute testament to a coach that Susie is.
George then, she's just held up a try over the line, and now she is sending the ball halfway down the field. Is there anything she can't do today? Exeter have still got 5 more minutes with 14 women on the field.
No, lost. You had a second go.
Robinson finds Friday. Very good, Nicola Friday, of just finding a shoulder when she goes into contact. That looked a little bit high. Crowd didn't like it. You can hear there the referees will go and check that.
We've got blood pouring from the heads. We'll have time off.
And there is going to be a little bit of a break here for a bit of blood. You can just feel the huge amount of contact that is going on at the moment.
Yeah,
no rush.
Yeah, it's the line speed, isn't it? Both teams want to get off the line, they want to shut the play down. In this instance, Rachel Lund, I think, on Rachel Johnson. Again, we heard the collision up here because these ladies are getting off the line, they're making big shots. And I suppose as we watch it back now, again, it's just tackle height, isn't it? They're the ones you want to see somebody dropping their height.
Yeah, that was Rachel Lund there. If she got a bit lower, she might not have got that whack to the chops. And really interesting, you have to say, Katie, that we haven't actually seen any activity from the benches with the heat out there. It will be interesting to see how they use those benches in this second half.
Yeah, both Susie Appley and Sean Lynn aren't coaches that you see empty their bench regularly. You know, they use them a bit more sparingly, a bit more tactically. But like you say, it is hot. It's slightly cooler now. But some of those forwards that are doing a lot of defensive work, a lot of hard physical carries, will start to tire and probably will be looking over to their bench as well.
Yeah, are you not seeing these on the screen, mate?
You're not missing any rugby at the moment, and the problem is that the refereeing team who are on the pitch at the moment, they can't see the pictures you're seeing at the moment. They're not managing to get them up on the big screen.
Okay, mate.
So if they can't get these pictures on the big screen, well, they can see themselves now, so hopefully they will be able to see the replay so they can make a decision.
Red with an upright head-on-head tackle. Can you see yourself on screen, mate?
Yes, I got me on screen.
Okay, yeah.
So there you go, Cantona with the pass. It's Rachel Johnson, the Exeter number 8.
Okay,
her head makes contact with the chin of Lund.
Foul play.
Yeah.
But it's a soak-up tackle, so it's not a high degree of danger for me. So I'm going yellow card, 13 red. Huh? Yeah, that's fine. So it's a soak-up tackle. There is head contact. She's always high.
Backwards, yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be 13 yellow card, but they've obviously been replaced, so it's the player that's come on needs to go off again. Yeah,
okay, so just to make that clear, Rachel Lund already had a blood replacement that had come onto the field, so the blood replacement is having to go off the field. It was Sophie Bridger who came on very briefly, had to go off again. She will be allowed back on, maybe, depending on what happens with the blood replacement with Rachel Lund. I hope you're keeping up at home. Right then. Right, ball has been knocked on. We'll just do a little bit of business here because there is a yellow card for both sides at the moment. So it's 14 on 14 and we now have a scrum for Exeter 5 metres out.
Yeah, not a great kick, but it dips dreadfully into Mohan's hand. Excuse me, so she just knocks that on. Scrum down again. Exeter have got to start taking these opportunities. And this is a really, really crucial scrum for both sides.
If Exeter are going to make their move, this would be a very good time to do it. Both missing a back at the moment. Full complement of forwards.
Stay there, please.
And Exeter have got a lovely nudge on that at the moment. It is moving. It's being controlled by Johnson. It's penalty advantage as well.
No. Whoa, sorry, whoa, cool. No, cool. Away.
Well, this, again, are huge moments in this final.
Listen, tapped in, Poppy. She tapped it, she thought the ball was right, so there's no issues with that. The mark's got to be at the number 8 feet, not in the middle of the scrum, okay? So that's why we're going back here. It's right here, okay?
Well, Rachel Johnson is still receiving a bit of treatment there.
Away.
I think she's okay.
Thank you.
I mean, the tension is incredible right now. It really is. It was an Exeter penalty, and they've decided to kick for touch.
I think it's a bad tactical decision for me. You've just had such dominance at scrum time. Go back to your scrum. Play the referee. You both have got yellow cards. You've got real good opportunity here. Interesting from Exeter.
They might also be frustrated the advantage wasn't played. Cecilia Tuipulotu is onto the field. Delgado is off. You can tell that Tuipulotu is a popular player around here. And what a moment to lose a line out. The fresh legs of the powerhouse prop that is Tuipulotu. Still only 19 years old, still learning her craft, but so much excitement around her, particularly if you're Welsh.
Use it!
Hunt manages to get it back to George. What a kick from George. Well, they thought about giving the pass away. They decided against it in the end. Exeter, throughout this whole season, have been so good at converting all of their territory in the 22 into points. And in the final at the moment, it's failing them. Can they correct that now? Here comes Cantona. Friday. Good support coming in by Tutosi in the blue boats. Robinson manages to find Doige. Robinson again, Friday. 7 phases put together by the Chiefs. 14 women on 14 women. It'll be Exeter who go up to 15 first. They're just about getting over the gain line on every occasion. They're trying to snipe around that outside channel. Well, you've got a leg there. Not quite into touch in time. Friday comes again. Robinson, Rogers. Aldcroft knows she's got to deal with it. Tuipulotu happy to come in. Big run this time by McMahon. Johnson. Rachel Johnson carrying a lot of ball for Exeter, and you can feel the crowd is just willing this Gloucester defence. A little break. Is it going to be away this time through Allen? Nice run by Maisie Allen. This time to Leach. Outsider is McGovern! Exeter playing their way back into the final as Liv McGovern goes down in the corner, and they'll go back up to 15 after the conversion.
Yeah, when you talk about teams going through the phases, Exeter just showed you how to do that. I thought it was lost after they've got turned over the line-out, but if we watch them here, they just back their attacking game as they've done all season. Poppy Leach, the link in there, Liv McGovern, the receiver, and going in the corner for that try. But again, Maisie Allen, work rate, leg drive, great carries, and then you've got Flo Robinson at 9 in motion. Really well-worked team try, and probably this is the first time we've seen Exeter really do what they've been doing to all the teams this season. But this kick is massive now. This will bring it to a 10-point game if she gets it.
Well, Liv McGovern is going to have to try and convert her own try. There have been changes for Exeter that we'll tell you after this conversion. Not one to watch back on the highlights reel, but Exeter are sending the scoreboard in the right direction for now.
Yeah, she didn't connect with that well at all, but we watch her try again. You know, she was instrumental, she was linking, and this, she takes the try. But it's going to be really important their halfbacks have to manage this territory now. If Exeter are going to come back and win this game, they've got to play in Gloucester's half. They've got to get the ball into Gloucester's 22.
Well, McGovern there. See a couple of changes then. Gloucester. Neve Jones is onto the field, Lewis is off. There's also been some changes for Exeter as well. Fleming and Jeffries are on the field. So we're now playing the 14 women of Gloucester against the 15 women of Exeter. Robinson finds McGovern. Zachary. Big pass out towards the near side. Ailey Sinclair does well there to make sure she didn't get pushed into touch, or has she? Leach. McGovern back round to Cantona.
Okay, use it 9, please.
Interesting decisions here by Exeter, who have the extra player at the moment. They want the territory. They're going backwards at the moment. Good run coming in this time by Fleming. Welshwoman onto the field.
Okay, wingers on, all good.
Good bit of pressure being applied there by Aldcroft. Singh, nice take there. Emma Singh, 5 England caps now to her name. Made her debut against Scotland just last year. And what a moment for Gloucester to win a penalty after they have put in an enormous defensive set.
That girl Sarah Beckett again in the mix, leading that line speed. I think one tackle she put in there took about 10-12 metres off Exeter's attack. But for me, Exeter have to kick earlier in the phases. They're overplaying their forwards in that middle section of the field when they just need to just send that ball a bit earlier.
Right, there's going to be a penalty taken here by Gloucester, so let's go and find who Sarah has with her.
I'm here with Steve Salvin. Steve, you really needed that try. You needed to take that opportunity. It was a good team try, and I'd imagine that comes with a little bit of a relief.
Yeah, it closes the gap in terms of the scoreline, but we've still got a fair bit of work to do there. I think the crucial bit is trying to keep hold of the ball, because the things that seem to be hurting us at the moment more than anything are these turnovers.
And you're usually so good at converting territory into points in the 22. Why is that not happening for you today?
Finals rugby, it's high pressure. You've got to be at your very, very best, and we've missed a couple of opportunities, but let's hope we get a few more.
You've got player advantage now for another couple of minutes. What's the plan?
Keep the ball.
Pass to you.
Points, even more breathing space. 23 minutes of the final to play.
What a kick. We've been watching her in the warm-up and she was kicking them really, really comfortably. But to do it in that pressure, which takes her team to 15 points now, so 3 scores from Exeter, that was a very, very good kick.
Tell you what, Emma Singh wants to be a vet when she grows up, but at the moment I think she can concentrate on being a very good rugby player.
Use it, please, 9.
You can see what Gloucester are doing. They're just trying to wind down that clock at the moment so they can get the extra player back onto the field. Flaky George, the order of the big boot is delivered once again. McGovern. Little bit flat. The crowd don't like it. Still Cantona finds Sinclair. Ailey Sinclair, she actually used to be a junior European Taekwondo champion, so I wouldn't want to be bringing her down, is all I'm going to say. Zachary, she had some magic in the semi-final. Can she find a little bit more in this final? The Kiwi McGovern, not capped by the Black Ferns, but will certainly be on their radar after this season. She has said it's a real ambition of hers to play at international level.
Roll away. You can move your knee off that, turn it down. 4.
Well, Exeter get their penalty. Gloucester will now go back up to 15. And you can see Gabby Cantona eyeing up the corner.
Yeah, we know what's going to come next, something that Exeter have been very, very good at, and it's really important she gets that kick as close as she can into that 5-metre line.
Yellow card back on, okay?
Well, this was the penalty.
Is that the player that was replaced anyway, yeah?
As Gloucester actually get the extra woman onto the field in the form of Sophie Bridger. So it will be 15 on 15. Hasn't been a lot of that in the final, to be honest. We've had a lot of cards.
No, it hasn't. You spend more time explaining who's on and who's off.
Coming in. That is a little bit too close for comfort for Chiefs fans to that far side. And they're saying it's been knocked on.
It was knocked on at the front by your jumper. Yeah.
Well, it's still going to be an Exeter ball.
It was knocked on by the front jumper who stole it.
And the Exeter scrum's been going quite well, so they won't be too disappointed.
No, probably haven't used enough of it, but again, Gloucester today have done a really good job of disrupting that Exeter line out. You know, they operate about 87%, which is a really good, solid line out stat. Gloucester have obviously done their homework and are really causing their problems.
Well, the drum is banging, the clock is winding down, and Exeter have got a free kick. Rachel Johnson does not want to hang around. She wants to go. Is that knocked on by Exeter?
First knock on was off the player who ripped it, and then it was off Black. Scrum, Black. Forward off the player who ripped it first. Yes.
Well, you can also see there, so it's going to be another scrum for Exeter, but you can just see the cramp is starting to make its way around the park. This is where we start talking about electrolytes and pickle juice and all the wonderful things to try and get these women through these 80 minutes.
Especially in this heat as well, because there's only so much fluids you can take on board before it starts to feel heavy. It doesn't feel great. So these girls will be absolutely sweating. But you look at this hit here. Rachel Johnson is a big ball carrier. She runs into that girl, Claykie George, who for me has been absolutely phenomenal today.
They will need those legs of Claykie George. Let's head down to the pitch side. What are you making of this, Emily Scarrett?
Oh, what a second half we're in for. Still 20 minutes left on the clock. I think everyone's getting a bit excited, but there's still a huge amount left in this game. The benches are going to be crucial. You guys have just touched on it. Who can get through this game in terms of playing in 80 minutes? It's been so hot out there. It's been so sapping. And one thing you can guarantee is that Exeter will not stop coming. They will go the full 80 minutes. I think the biggest threat at the moment to Gloucester is their penalty count. It's starting to creep up in this second half. It will give Exeter easy territory. So one of the biggest things they've got to keep in check so far.
Thanks, Emily. Right then, changes for both sides. See, that's the end of the game for Emily Tutosi. On in her place comes Ireland's Cleena Maloney. Straight into the middle of that scrum.
9 in.
Well, Robinson is told to get it in. Eventually she does.
No more.
That is a big mess on the floor. And Gloucester have it. Wonderful work by Natasha Hunt.
No hands, Poppy. Thank you.
How on earth did Gloucester do that? Well controlled by McGovern. Somehow Exeter have it back. Leach has fresh legs in the form of Fleming with her. Spun out ball. More fresh legs in the form of Ebony Jeffries. She's a former England under-20. Zachary.
Tackle release.
The Chiefs, they've had plenty of time now down in the Gloucester half and very little to show for it. Right over the top go Gloucester again. Cantoni, McGovern. There was a hand in there. Referee says it's backwards. Oh, what a moment for Maisie Allen just to lose control of the ball. You are beginning to feel that everything is going Gloucester's way. Claykie George. She's getting cramped every time she kicks the ball right now. It'll be fascinating to see if George can actually continue to play. She is really struggling.
Emily Scarrett just touched on there the importance of the bench, and what we know from Gloucester's bench is they do not have a fly half on the bench. Sophie Bridges come on, she's come on to the centre for Rachel Lunn. She would be their natural fly half choice. Other than that, it's whether they have a reshuffle of Natasha Hunt and bring Bianca Blackfoot on. But as we watch her again, another 40-45 metres in that kick, that just relieves the pressure for this Gloucester side. Just keeps turning Exeter, and all the pressure now is building on Exeter. They need to take points. They need to take something else out of this game.
Claykie George, she's 23 years old. She burst onto the scene as a 17-year-old at the Rugby World Cup back in 2017. And it's just whether Gloucester-Hartpury think they can get her through the next few minutes.
I mean, I'm looking down at the bench and none of Gloucester-Hartpury's backs are on their feet there, so it does not look like Claykie George is coming off anytime soon.
Well, she's still down receiving treatment at the moment. As, I think they're just doing a little bit of a number crunching of who they can and can't bring off the benches at the moment. Sean Lynn is just firing on the instructions. You can see there Charlie Jacobi is on for Exeter. Also Sylvia Turani. That means it's a completely fresh front row now for Exeter. And Claykie George looks like she is coming off the field. Now coming on in her place is Lisa Neumann, and there will be a real reshuffle here for Gloucester.
Okay, come on, let's go.
Neumann is on, George's game is over, and there's still 17 minutes to go. Neumann is traditionally a wing. Neve Jones there in the right place.
What was that?
Hunt onto the field as well comes Connie Powell. Missed out on the semi-final with an HIA. Working round the corners, looking for those edges at the moment, Gloucester. Mo Hunt wanted it, Mo Hunt got it.
He lost it and he went again.
I think that's a hard, harsh penalty on Maisie Allen there. She looks like she's just working extremely hard to make that breakdown as difficult. And that's what Exeter have to do now. They have to throw the kitchen sink at Gloucester. But at the moment, like you touched on, Sarah, they are not getting a lot of the rub of the green.
They're just going to make their way down towards this line out. And it would be nice if we saw a few more tries in this match. It is worth saying that every try scored in the final, the league sponsors Allianz are donating £1,000 to the MND charity. So the more tries, the better. That's what we say. Comes in from Powell over the top. Hurd is there, can't take it. Good scramble going on there by Maloney. Exeter have it, they're at the wrong end of the field. The fight from Gloucester, immense. Oh, the circus are in town, they're enjoying this. Where are they finding the energy? Monaghan has it. Somehow Tatiana Hurd takes that. The cheer, normally reserved for Gloucester men, now rings out around Queensholme for Gloucester-Hartpury. Big running ball by Beckett. You feel it's almost inevitable. Popped off. It's slow ball. Exeter have won it.
She's on her feet. Seven's on her feet. She must release
At the most vital moment, a try then would certainly have almost been curtains for Exeter.
Yeah, it really would have been. It looked like Gloucester again had found their momentum. The big carries were coming in. But at the moments where you want players to step up, that's what happened. A great turnover in that instance from Maisie Allen. You know, she's been around the park all day for Exeter, and that was a crucial moment.
And that is a mistake from Exeter. Big mistake from Exeter. Running away with it is Rugman. She's already got 15 tries in this league. She'd like another. Tuipilotu. Another couple of metres made. Hunt is there straight away. Options either side. Bridger.
Use it.
They split themselves evenly, left and right.
No, use it, please.
Tuipilotu again. Exeter do well to push back. Monaghan. Irish second row. Originally joined from Wasps. Now made a home for herself at Gloucester-Hartpury. Aldcroft. She has such a low centre of gravity when she runs. She might look rangy and tall, but she gets low. Well, Gloucester are holding on to this ball. 9 phases now. Exhausting just to watch. Imagine playing. Imagine the heat. Pushing towards the far side. Monaghan again. Tries to get the beautiful pass away. Manages to Singh. Singh is over, but it's held.
It's already over the goal line. Goal line drop out.
Strong work by Claudia McDonald at the most important of moments.
There has been some massive turnovers of momentum in this game. Claudia McDonald, what a hold-up that was at that such a crucial time. But again, Gloucester are just in the driving seat. They've got the ball, they keep in possession, they're making Exeter defend for their lives.
Emma Singh under a high ball is a sight to behold throughout this final. Monaghan, oh, who's got some space? It's Connie Powell. She needs someone to go with her. Hunt somehow gets there. There's no scrum half. Picked. Through goes Rugman. Still Gloucester. Monaghan places back. Hunt has it again. Aldcroft is there. Captain to captain. They've been here before so many times.
Advantage offside.
They've got advantage as well. Who wants a free shot?
You got an advantage, Mo.
Manages to find Tuipulotu. She rolls through a couple of tackles. They need it quicker. Hunt looks up, manages to get it to Singh, but not to be. They'll come back for the penalty. It's going to be another card. That is a big yellow card as well. Kate Zachary, she wants the booze, but that is not what Exeter want, is another 10 minutes a woman down.
No, and it's such a pointless penalty. They already had the penalty advantage coming, and Kate Zachary just went so early. Probably didn't need to let that happen, for that to happen, and ultimately it makes this task even harder for Exeter now.
That side, yeah.
Just can't imagine the exhaustion at the moment.
The hands here from that break for Connie Powell, again made by that lady Sam Monaghan. Just the softness to stay straight and lift, and then we see. Again, look at that, nice and straight, great little line from Connie Powell, and they're just starting to pick the gaps in that Exeter defence.
Connie Powell there, ball in hand. She's actually going to Harlequins next season. It's not surprising, because there's actually a plethora of hookers at Gloucester-Hartpury who are all in very good form. That was the penalty. Now they're saying she touched that with her foot.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's difficult, isn't it? Like we say, ultimately Kate Zachary didn't need to do that.
Well, let's see one of these hookers in action. It is going to be Connie Powell. Of course, Niamh Jones is on the field. She plays hooker for Ireland. She's got 20 on her back, but can throw in. Kelsey Jones is the Wales hooker who started the game.
Thank you.
Maud Muir coming in, 21-year-old, giving the secret instruction. Ball goes high into the air through Matthews.
That's fine, down by Gloucester. That's a ruck now.
That's a big messy pile on the floor.
Hands up, good.
They roll round the corner. Somehow Exeter hold them off again, playing with 14 women. But is that going to be too big a task now? They wait. Patience is key. Hunt pushes it back towards the near side. Oh, not yet.
She's knocked it on.
Ball has been knocked forward.
Okay.
I mean, Gloucester have been banging and banging on this door now for at least 10 minutes.
I mean, Exeter's defence has been phenomenal, hasn't it? We know they came in as the best attacking side, but their defence has been absolutely ferocious. Abby Fleming there was not letting Tatiana Hurd score. Yeah, great effort by Tatiana Hurd, but the defence is absolutely phenomenal, and it's what's keeping this game to 15 points.
Well, Tatiana Hurd, I think, injured herself slightly in the process of trying to score that try, so she's having to limp off the field. That's a big loss for Gloucester. What a season Tatiana has had.
And it's a big reshuffle for Gloucester. Bianca Blackburn goes to 9, Mohan jumps out to 10, Sophie Pritchard to 12, Mia Burnett to 13. Probably not a backline that they've ran this season, I would have thought.
I'll whisper this very quietly. Do you think Natasha Hunt will be loving she's at fly half right now?
100%. Probably going to kick behind her head.
Gloucester come away through Rachel Johnson, who is finding energy from somewhere.
Hold it.
Exeter are not giving up. That scoreline is huge with 10 minutes on the clock and a woman down, but their fight, their want, their desire is so strong.
Okay,
McGovern.
How you good?
Singh. Up to the 22. Blackburn. Tuipulotu. I mean, Cecilia Tuipulotu is often given one job and she does it very well. Spun out ball there by Bridger. They They're just flirting on that 22-metre line at the moment. Ellie Rugman, used to be called Ellie Underwood, if you're thinking that face looks familiar.
Advantage, penalty.
Penalty advantage then for Gloucester.
Penalty advantage.
Blackburn manages to find Bridger. That one's been charged down, but they'll come back for the penalty.
Yeah, it's all Gloucester at the moment, isn't it? That's the 10th visit to Exeter's 22 that they've had, and you can tell by the scoreline, more opportunities, more conversions, and ultimately that's what's is happening now. The ball for Gloucester, keep a hold of it, keep the possession, and keep making Exeter go long.
Well, they have just announced on the big screens the attendance here, 9,668. A record for the Premier 15's final. Lots of excitement about this league as we just see Maud Muir make her way off. Big shift she's put in today. Ireland's Catherine Buggy comes on. We're saying there's going to be some big announcements from the Premier 15's next week.
Okay, time back on.
A little bit of a rebrand going on is the only thing I will say, but do keep across your news channels to find out more. Final to be played first to focus on. You can see the Exeter players, they're desperately trying to find that ball and get stuck in there.
She hasn't changed the bind. She hasn't changed it.
Referee is happy that no bind has changed. Exeter have done well to slow that.
Let's use it now.
There's the warning. Ball comes away. Oh, it's Beckett.
Release! Let go! Black, let it come.
Buggy is waiting. Tuipulotu is waiting. Comes out in the end towards the backs. It's going to be Neumann! Surely that's the game. Surely that's the final. Surely that is Gloucester-Hartpury's name on the trophy.
What smart play from Gloucester-Hartpury. They've battered Exeter with them big, powerful carries from the likes of Beckett and Monaghan, and then when you think they're going to go again with those three forwards, really smart. They go through the middle to Bridger, she pivots, and Neumann will not get an easier try than that run-in. Just really smart for me. I think Gloucester have done that so well today. They've just got that balance between the big carries and the nice little sleight of hand.
Lisa Neumann going over. Full-time professional player now with Wales. Joined Gloucester from Sale just this season, suiting her well. Could be wrong, but Emma Singh can take her time here. Sean Lynn still looks a bit nervous there. I think he can maybe relax a little bit. There's only 5.5 minutes to play, and Exeter have still got another woman in the bin for nearly 4 minutes.
Yeah, I think it's maybe an opportunity for Sean Lynn to enjoy this, enjoy what he's done with his side over the season. You know, I think best finishing today was 6th or 7th, and now about to go and win it, should we say.
Well, a little bit of a mistake there. Now, I mentioned a little bit earlier there was going to be £1,000 donated for every try scored. If you haven't already seen, all of the
Gloucester-Hartpury
players are also donating their match fee today to the For Ed campaign. Of course, that's the campaign which raises money for the former Gloucester player Ed Slater, who was diagnosed with motor neuron disease. It's going to raise money for his family and for vital research as well. A lovely touch by the players.
I think it's amazing, you know, this is a massive community here. We can see the amount of people have come out, and I think those moments, those touches from the girls, the fact that the boys are out here supporting, just really promotes that message of one club.
It does feel like a family. It's Mary McDonald now on at scrum half for Exeter. Have they got something here to throw at this final? Cantona.
Hands away.
Mary McDonald manages to find Jeffries. Beckett is off the field for Gloucester. Maya Learned is on. Respect to Exeter here. The game's gone, but they still want a bit more respect. They want to make that scoreboard more even. McGovern is also off the field. Poppy Leach, the captain, drives on. Maisie Allen goes herself. She's been the England under-20s captain, no doubt a household name in the future. But it's not going to be an Exeter day today. Spun round, this time by Maloney. Allen again, that's going to be held up.
Short, right, release, short, backward.
Well, they have managed to somehow get that backwards.
Short.
Spun out to Leach again, lovely pass out wide.
Short.
Still short of the line.
Pick it back. Yes, there it is. Back foot, please, Mel. Thank you.
Well, Jeffries is back there. They're just deciding which way they want to go. Is that over? Exeter do get a try through Jeffries, but it is all a little bit late.
The intensity by Exeter has been absolutely phenomenal. The defensive shift those women have put in to then come to the other end of the pitch and put in that attacking performance. I think probably for me the biggest difference is just the errors they made at a crucial moment. But we see here the carry, the intensity, the desire to get over the line. They've done the West Country proud today, haven't they? But probably just at moments when they really needed to be really accurate, they haven't done that.
Yeah, all looks good, Dan.
Thanks, Becca.
Gabby Cantona then taking this with Liv McGovern off the field. She's got a lovely touch on the ball, Gabby Cantona. She comes into the final with an 84% kicking rate. She doesn't take them all, but she has a lovely style.
Yeah,
really nice, good connection, isn't it? Especially in games like this, you know, she needs the scoreboard to keep ticking over for Exeter, and that was an important kick for her.
Well then, next break and play, we will get the player of the match, but Gloucester are walking up slowly, sucking in every moment of this atmosphere, and you have to say, why not? Restart then by Hunt, now playing in the fly half position. So they haven't quite managed to get Kate Zachary back on the field, so Chiefs are still having to play with 14. You can see there Wilkins as the ball just gets knocked forward. Here come Gloucester on the counter. Energy, still more energy this time through Matthews. Hunt spun out ball to Aldcroft. They're looking for space out on the far side. Bridger has it.
Get the ball, let go of the ball. She was on it legally, let her have it.
It's going to be a Chiefs penalty.
Ball's there.
Right then, Katie Daly-McLean, who is going to be your player of the match?
So there's a couple of notable mentions. I thought Kelsey Jones, phenomenal first half. Sarah Becker, Emma Singh, very reliable, have done what they've done all season. But my player of the match is Claky George. Probably should have given it to her in the semi, but she has been phenomenal. She's kicked Gloucester all over the pitch. She's pulled the strings, and for me, the difference in the scoreline today.
Well, there you go. The crowd have just had it announced, and they're counting down the clock. They're going to have to play this line out. The circus is celebrating. The game isn't over yet. Ball comes in by Leach. She manages to get it away. Cantona. It is not going to be an Exeter day. 2 finals, 2 losses. They haven't found the formula yet.
No, lost.
Wilkins. Here comes the try scorer in Jeffries.
Let go, Gloucester, let go. Good.
Oh, they managed to steal it. They just need to get it off the field. Who's standing deep? There we go. They've done it! Gloucester-Hartpury are Premier 15's champions at the first time of asking. Top of the table, and now with the big trophy to show for it. A lot of people think that Cirque du Soleil is the best circus in the world. I think a lot of other people would argue this one's not bad.
Yeah, thoroughly deserved. Gloucester-Hartpury, all credit to Exeter. They were absolutely phenomenal at moments. Defensively, the